Taoiseach, you mentioned the assembly elections in the north. People Before Profit is one of a few of the parties in this House that are also represented in the north, with an MLA in West Belfast and running candidates across the constituencies, and hopefully challenging for new seats in Derry with a bit of luck. But the issues that have emerged that people are talking about in the doorsteps are the cost of living. Exactly the same issues that your government has failed to deal with: the spiralling cost of living, energy prices, rents completely unaffordable. Those are the same issues that are emerging, despite the attempts of the DUP in particular to try and re-divert people's attention back down the same old failed sectarian lines. Actually, what people are talking about is the need for action on the cost of living, for rent controls, what we've been calling for both north and south, resisted both north and south by those in government. Actual rent controls that will make rents affordable, windfall taxes on the profits of energy companies, actual controls on the price of heating and energy fuel. Do you agree that that is actually what is really concerning people, and that both north and south governments are failing to address the concerns that actually are affecting people, whether they're Catholic, whether they're Protestant, whether they're north or south, is the cost of living, housing and so on? And did you discuss with Boris Johnson the need to make a radical shift to address those sort of issues in the way that People Before Profit candidates are campaigning for in the Assembly elections now going on?
Deputy Boyd Barrett raised the Assembly elections, the cost of living. I would have to disagree with him. I think we've been far more advanced in responding to the cost of living than perhaps the North has, or the Executive has. We've responded with £2.1 billion in measures to mitigate the rising cost of living. Personal income tax package worth £520 million, social welfare package of £550 million in the budget. Fuel allowance, we increased the weekly rate so that £914 was paid to eligible households over the course of the winter. An additional lump sum of €125 was paid to 370,000 households receiving the fuel allowance in mid-March, and a further €100 will be paid in the coming weeks. That's a 55% increase in 2021-2022 on the fuel allowance. We reduced the excess duty on petrol, diesel and green diesel, saving motorists between €9 and €12 each time they fill their tank. We've reduced VAT from 13.5% to 9% on gas and electricity bills from the start of the month until the end of October, resulting in estimated annual savings of €50 and €70 respectively for households. And households are now seeing the €200 energy credit appearing on their bills. We will reduce the annual PSO levy of 58 to 0 by October, and we reduce caps for multiple children on school transport fees, as well as reducing VAT on kerosene, the main type of home heating oil in Ireland, to 12%. And this is also because, if we were to do that, we didn't do that because of the impact on the wider exchequer, given that you'd have to do a whole range of other goods and services. But we did, take other measures as well in terms of transport fares coming down.